days after Bryan posted what outlets described as the first official look at his wedding, Brianna Chickenfry uploaded a TikTok that many viewers treated like a response, without her ever saying a name. She simply lip-synced one Taylor Swift lyric, "Checkmate, I couldn't lose." The clip is short, the tone is calm, and the meaning, if there is one, stays indirect. But the timing lit up the comments. So today, we'll separate what's publicly posted and reported from what's assumed, and explain why one lyric can sound louder than a full statement without jumping to conclusions. Let's begin with the publicly available sequence. On Wednesday, December 31st, Bryan shared a wedding photo with Samantha Leonard. In the image, he's holding Leonard as she wears a strapless white gown with a feather-trimmed hem. He captioned the post, "Tougher than the rest," referencing Bruce Springsteen's love song by the same title. In celebrity culture, captions aren't just captions. They often set tone, especially when they reference music that signals romance and new chapter energy. So why did this post travel so fast? Because it followed months of visible breadcrumbs. Before the wedding post, the couple sparked engagement rumors when Leonard appeared to wear a diamond ring on her left hand in a video Bryan posted on Instagram stories. And they were first publicly linked in July 2025 after Leonard shared photos of the two attending Spain's Running of the Bulls. In other words, the internet had already built a timeline. The wedding post felt like the final confirmation. Then, on Friday, January 2nd, just 2 days later, posted her TikTok. She's in a white top and a tan New York Yankees cap, lip-syncing to Taylor Swift's Mastermind from the 2022 album Midnights. The specific line is what viewers replayed, "Checkmate, I couldn't lose." So why do people treat a lyric like a statement? Because lyrics are a safe way to express emotion without making a direct claim. A caption is your own words. A lyric is borrowed language. That creates plausible deniability. It can be just a song, even if the timing makes it feel pointed. And Taylor Swift lyrics, in particular, have become internet shorthand. People use them to signal confidence, closure, irony, or "I'm moving forward," without writing a long explanation. In the comments, many fans praised the subtlety, implying she said a lot without saying anything. Others suggested she looked happier and better off. Those reactions don't confirm intent or private details, but they do show how fast audiences translate ambiguity into a storyline. Now here's where context matters. Bryan and publicly split in 2024, and about a month after the breakup, in November 2024, made serious allegations on the BFF's podcast. She alleged emotional mistreatment, and also alleged that Bryan offered her $12 million and a house in exchange for her not speaking about the relationship. These are allegations that were reported publicly. They have not been independently verified here, and Bryan has not publicly responded directly to them, according to the reporting. Once claims like that enter the public conversation, they can change how people interpret later posts. A wedding photo becomes more than a wedding photo, it becomes the next chapter. And a lyric TikTok becomes more than a trend, it becomes the reaction. At least in the eyes of viewers watching the timeline. So, did Bryan respond at all? According to the reporting, he did not address the allegations directly. However, he posted an Instagram Stories clip that some viewers interpreted as a subtle reference, showing him burning a Barstool sports flag, the media company connected to LaPalia's podcast. That interpretation is not proof of intent. It simply highlights a reality of online culture. Symbolism often gets treated like communication. Then, in April 2025, LaPalia spoke on Casual Chaos about how the relationship affected her personally. She said she caught herself worrying about what she was saying and how people would perceive her, and that she didn't recognize herself anymore. She described a light bulb moment, realizing someone can have a lot of influence over you without you noticing it at first. That quote matters because it shifts this from celebrity gossip to something viewers find relatable: identity, confidence, and the feeling of returning to yourself. Through that lens, a lyric like "Checkmate, I couldn't lose" can read less like a jab and more like self-possession. I'm back to me. Now, the big question: what does the lyric actually mean? We can't know for sure, but we can outline the most common advertiser-safe interpretations people attach to moments like this without presenting any of them as fact. First, confidence and closure. The lyric reads like, "I'm okay, I'm moving forward," not necessarily about him, about her. Second, irony. It can read as, "This headline is loud, but I'm calm," a quiet response to a public moment. Third, reframing the narrative. If the public breakup story made her feel misunderstood, the lyric can be a way to say, "You don't get to define how this ends," without naming anyone. And here's why this becomes binge-worthy. The internet turns real life into episodes. Episode 1, the wedding post. Episode 2, the possible reaction, TikTok. Episode 3 becomes the question: will there be a response to the response? Will she clarify on a podcast? Will he post something else people interpret as symbolic? Even if none of that happens, people keep checking because the narrative is already constructed. To keep this responsible and YouTube safe, here's the clean line between confirmed and interpreted. Confirmed from public posts and reporting: Bryan shared wedding photos on December 31st and referenced a love song in his caption. LaPaglia posted a TikTok on January, 2 lip-syncing "Checkmate, I couldn't lose." Fans connected the timing and reacted strongly in comments. Reported: LaPaglia previously made allegations on a podcast. Bryan has not publicly responded directly, according to the reporting. Interpreted: that the lyric is definitely aimed at Bryan, that it's specifically about the wedding, that it proves a particular motive, that it confirms private details. Those interpretations are common online, but they are not the same as verified information. And here's the bigger takeaway we can say confidently. In today's internet culture, posts don't exist alone. A caption can set a tone. A lyric can suggest a mood. And audiences, especially in comment sections, can turn a quiet clip into a headline by collectively agreeing on what it must mean. Whether LaPaglia intended a pointed message or simply used a lyric that matched her vibe, the audience did what audiences do. They built a story from timing, symbolism, and prior context. So the most accurate advertiser-safe summary is this: a wedding post went public, a lyric TikTok followed 2 days later, and viewers connected the dots based on timing and previously reported history. The next question isn't who won or who's right. It's whether the story stays in the world of subtle symbolism and online interpretation, or whether anyone chooses direct clarity without escalating conflict. If you want the follow-up, the next video can break down how soft messaging works online, lyrics, captions, timing, and why audiences treat them like evidence even when no one says a name.